Hi, it's Hans at happierman.com. Today's topic is use death as a motivator. Well, the first thing is it's been a while since I've done a video. I've been so busy starting the recreating of my life. I've got the new job. I've moved, just finished. I've moved. I've got there's some transitioning in the move. Everything is going very well for me. I'm very pleased with how this is all going. And part of the reason this is going well is I've used death as a motivator. And the reason is, I'm not that young. I'm in my 50s. And I've always, in the back of my mind, knew that men don't usually live that long. On average, we don't live that long. Yes, a lot of men live old, nice and old, but on average. So you've got to use that knowledge to start living the kind of life you really want to live now, not waiting, now. Because for one thing, you have to start, because it takes a long time to create that life. There's going to be a lot of starts and stops, and you get a few steps forward and you'll have many steps back. So the longer you wait, the harder it is, the less time you have to do all those things. Because it's not just, I'll decide the day I'm going to recreate it. Well, it's going to be pretty darn hard, because the world isn't set up that way. The world is set up to keep you in the place you're at now. And it takes a lot of effort and a lot of planning and a lot of persistence on your part to get from here to here, or from here to here, right? Maybe you're here and you want to be here. Maybe you're here and you want to be here. Maybe you're low, you want to be high. Maybe you're high, you want to get low, right? All these different things require persistent effort toward the getting of it. And the reason I talk about death is it's coming. It's coming for you. It's coming for all of us. And the sooner you realize this, the sooner you can get busy with it. I don't have a lot of time. I don't want to be patient and wait. I got some things wrong in my life. I have to correct them now. There's some things I really want to do. I'm going to do them now. The place I want to live is there. I'm going to live there now. Do you see what I mean? And now, of course, is relative, because I might decide something now, this instant, but to manifest it, it's going to take months, weeks, days, years, decades to get. But since death is coming for you, there is no sense in the waiting. I just did the quick math on some death statistics in my own inner circle. I just heard this earlier today. A friend of mine, not a great friend, not a close friend, but a friend, an acquaintance, fellow I did business with. He just died last week, 47 years old. That's not old, is it? 47? Married, a couple of high school kids, very nice guy. I kind of always wanted to go out and get a few drinks with him. He'd asked me years ago. I was too busy. Well, in the meanwhile, he gets cancer and dies and struggles. And actually, he's the fellow I kind of talked about, the one where I planned the trip to Mexico and did all of that in a short time. So seeing him on his last, I felt like he was on his last legs. I mean, he shared with me all the troubles he was having with the cancer. It kind of pushed me over the edge to, I'm going to go and enjoy myself. And of course, I did. I had a fabulous time. But I just heard that he died just last week. I heard the news today. He was 47. I had a video about my friend in the death story, his son getting killed in a car accident when he was 19 years old. I went to my uncle's funeral last year. He was 80, 85, and then my father, 6 years ago, it was 73. I add up the four men. The average age is 56. Ooh. I'm not quite 56, but I'm very close to 56. Yikes. It's like a hammer to me. It's a hammer. It's a hammer as a motivator, right? What else do I want to do? Well, I've done so much that I've wanted to do in the last 6 months. I'm so happy that I've done it, but I'm going to keep busy. What is the next goal? What are the next goals I'm going to work on? I've done the major goals. The last thing I've got on the big four was this transition, and the transition is coming to a close within the next week. Within the next week, it'll all be done. I've got to start figuring out, well, what next? Happier man. What would make me happy? Well, I have a lot of tentative things, got a lot of things I'm starting to do, but I want to, I have to spend time clarifying it. The death is coming for me, right? And I want to live, of course. I want to live. I want to live till ripe old age, high 80s, 90s, 100. But there is no guarantee, right? The greatest man I ever knew was my father. He died at 73. Extremely strong, wise, great guy, great man in my life. 73. Is that old to you? I'm not that far. In the mid-50s, 73 isn't that far away. 10 or 15 years, right? 10 or 15 years, that won't be enough time for me to do everything I want to do. So use that as the motivator. Use the death as a motivator. Think of the people you've lost, who you love and you miss. Think of the sadness around the people that have lost their children, their husbands, their wives, their girlfriends, their mothers, their fathers, their good friends. It's coming, and you don't just, in addition to the mourning and the remembering the loss, remember that their life, they don't have it. They can't do. They don't have the opportunity anymore that you do. You have the opportunity. You can get the job of your dreams. You can move to where you want to move from. You can spend the time with the people you most love. You can talk to those people and tell them how much they mean to you, how much you love them. You can guide them by example, and just the love and the kindness and the caring and the sharing will go a long way. You can do all that, just like I am. All for now.